Hey, my name is Emily Doty, and the first thing I'm going to be talking about is search and seizure laws in the educational setting. So, this presentation is going to have an overview of search and seizure laws in the educational setting. We're going to look at legal boundaries and the implications. After this, I hope that you have a better understanding of how educators and administrators, what their rights are and their responsibilities are during search and seizure. The first thing we're going to talk about is the New Jersey v. TLO citation. It's listed here. This case made it where the Fourth Amendment does not mandate school officials to obtain a warrant or establish probable cause before searching a student under their authority. The constitutionality of the search is contingent upon two things. First of all, the search must have reasonable grounds, indicating that the evidence of a law or school rule violation has been found. And the scope of the search must be related to its objectives, considering all the factors as the student's age, sex, and nature of the infraction. So you cannot, as a teacher, go and just search everyone's backpacks. You can't go through everyone's purses. You have to have reasonable grounds indicating that the law was broken or a school rule was broken before searching anything. And if you are searching people's bags, I hope that the reasonable grounds that you have established are enough that you find something, because it is a big deal for teachers to be going through people's things. The searching through people's personal items can have legal implementations if you are wrong. So let's keep looking at how these policies are established and what rights you have as a teacher. So the school policies that we're talking about, it's so important for clear and comprehensive search and seizure policies in educational institutions. If you do not know what your school's rules are on these, you need to ask, you need to find out, you need to read them, because they will be a little different in each school, especially varying on which age you're teaching. But the scope of a school search should consider the reason for the search, the age and sex, and the nature of the infraction. Searches should be restricted to a specific incident. They should not be conducted broadly across all students. So if you think, if you walk into a bathroom and you see smoke, you cannot broadly search everyone in the bathroom. You have to talk to the students and narrow it down and find out. And if you cannot narrow it down to a specific student that you are fairly certain, you don't get to just search everyone. So your best bet is to discuss it with the students and see if you can narrow it down, or just run them out of the bathroom and state that it is not okay to be smoking in the bathroom. According to our text, the Fourth Amendment protects all citizens against this unreasonable search and seizure. In searches involving educators, the legal standard ensures that the search is reasonable and consistent with your school's policies and guidelines. Students do have rights. They have constitutional rights that must be respected in the context of search and seizure. Educators do have more leeway in conducting searches within the school environment compared to like a police officer. Teachers are still bound by legal standards of reasonableness and respect. Law enforcement officials must adhere to constitutional standards even when in a school setting. So this is what I was just talking about, an unlawful broad search. Conducting a broad search targeting all students without a reasonable suspicion is unlawful. You have to have reasonable grounds for a search. You cannot just do a broad search. You can't be like, I think someone has something in their backpack. I want everyone to bring their bags and let me look through them. You cannot just do a broad search. In the case of smelling marijuana, that is something that we did in our school assignment. Smelling marijuana in the hallway, are you allowed to just search everyone? No, you cannot. It's unreasonable. It would lack specific suspicion, and that infringes upon students' rights. So as a teacher, you cannot just broad search because you have a suspicion. This presentation has given you an in-depth exploration of search and seizure laws in the educational setting. It is so important for educators and administrators to navigate these legal boundaries with professionalism and adherence to our constitutional rights of teachers and the students. It is essential to uphold the balance between maintaining a safe learning environment and respecting individual liberties. I'm going to list my references here at the end. These are what I referred to during the presentation. I'll give you a few minutes for us to talk and to answer any questions you may have.